tournament. Kansas City is the place to be right now. What a first game that was. We've got another great semifinal coming.
We'll switch.
Darren Peterson starts on a Milos Uzan. Now Joseph Tugler into the paint with the left. Knocked away by Badunga.
Clock.
Fleming's averaging 16.5 points per game. He's also the assist leader on this team at better than 5 a game. Spinning is Tugler, and it goes. Maybe a little bit higher than that. Shot fake Peterson. Sharp doesn't bite. Peterson drives, elevates, left it short. Turnaround Sanak. Great rebound by Tugler. Fleming's the penetration, the feed to Sanak for the flush.
All set up.
Sanak.
Good pass out of the double.
Peterson driving on Sharp, and he draws the foul. And Darren
came from the foul line.
Because he missed a fair bit of time during the regular, was a second team all Big 12 player, and there are 10 players.
Kansas is a very good defensive team.
Uzan with a deep three.
Boy, a great screen by JoJo Tugler. Is a big-time defensive player with those long arms, and he has a live body.
And Kingston Flemings was back in passes, never mind getting good looks.
They really have to run offense with pace so that you can get Houston chasing.
Tiller, that's a tough shot.
Their help is there. They will trap ball screens and exchanges and trap the post.
Sanak for three. And Bill Self can of two guys at the power forward spot, both freshmen, both extremely talented, as is that guy. Peterson's got all 5 for the Jayhawks. Steal by Peterson. The lob and the finish for White to make it 13-7. Just
on that in the timeout, and then frustrated by the offense. He said, guys, we're not one-on-one players. We can't expect Emmanuel Sharp to do things all by himself.
Off him. He's going to shoot that all night.
Houston is 4 for 4 from three-point range. Bryson Tiller tries to answer but can't.
And he just waltzed into that. Talk about a rhythm three.
Doesn't Houston look so much more comfortable running their offense than the Jayhawks have looked so far trying to run them?
Up taking really tough twos toward the end of the clock.
Which they may be forced into again. Council, no. Follow, yes, by Tiller. No, but as a 2 in the NCAA tournament. Kansas as a 4. Council. Badunga, yep. Kelvin Sampson making the call right alongside the official. Left it short.
Darren Peterson needs to be ultra aggressive in this game.
Like that? Miller baseline. Tugler got pushed back by Badunga, and again, and now he leads with the elbow to get some territory, but he couldn't hit. Tiller being physical, but he left it short.
Like Bryson Tiller has him. Got a size advantage here on Marco Jackson.
Sanak, though, kicks it out to Miller off the glass and good. Kansas's success. Into the paint, right through it. McDowell with a corner three that'll go.
Just that paint touch there, and all of a sudden
they did what he asked them to do, and it worked.
Problem is, it's been tough to get by the initial defender.
Tugler just staying with.
Houston's guards do a great job of cracking down to rebound.
Sanak with the mid-range jumper, and he is into again. Nobody on the glass for Kansas.
Outstanding recovery by Emmanuel Sharp to put pressure on that shot.
Uzan will bank at a travel there. Did not get the call. Jackson driving by Sanak. The reverse goes. That was nice.
Bit of a surprise to Kansas when they recruited him.
Well, his number is 3. His nickname is Trey. His dog's name is 3. I think it's a big part of his life, and he has shot the ball.
Catch and hold.
Yep. Jackson the drive and kick. That's what Bill Self wants.
But the one thing that Kansas...
Peterson's been quiet the last several minutes after a hot start. White's open. Boy, 2 good looks.
Which is out on a guard and still able to bother that shot at the rim.
Peterson forces it. And a late whistle
For the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
for the first time, and I think everybody believes should and will.
He will be in the Naismith Hall. I think the only question is, what is
Shot clock running down. Flemings gets the shot off, and it's not in time, the officials say. Fumbled and recovered, but the shot clock now a factor.
Got to shoot it.
Does Badunga know it? He does, and he got fouled. A minute 46.
Professor's assistant for a philosophy class with that turtleneck on. Does he not own a tie?
On Kansas, and Houston only has 4.
Yeah, this is an important steal.
Peterson will slam it. And 2 minutes. Jackson hits the deck. Uzan is open. And a foul is called on the dunk attempt. Sanak is having himself quite a half. He averages about 9.5 per game. And he has blown by our play. Yeah. You can hear Kansas fans don't love it. Council. Jackson running out of time.
Offensive foul. Just that right arm floor gets some of these drives now over the top to Badunga. What a block.
Sanak got him. Badunga had it, but now a foul call comes in. Peterson deep in the corner hits Council. Driving on Flemings. Tough shot. The kind of shot we saw them take a guard. Flemings letting that shot clock wind down. Now he drives him, and he beat him to the glass.
Boy, how
Tugler.
What a recovery by JoJo Tugler.
And then a 3 for Emmanuel Sharp, his first. So Council finds himself on Sanak. Flemings, of all people, with the offensive rebound, and he gets fouled.
Darren.
A little more Champ Week talk. Let's go to Nashville.
Team in America is rooting for the higher seeds in all these tournaments. If you're sitting on the bubble.
Council the lob. Badunga's got to come down with it, and Tugler called for a foul after him. But then kicks it back out. Peterson. And a foul. Sacco. 13th point of the night for Darren Peterson, so he's now got.
He gets any opening. Kansas
to speed when he wants it. Sanak left it short. Tries again. One more time, and he draws a foul. In there together, and Bia, not a guy who plays very much at all, and normally when he's in there, it's in go trying to gather it. Tips it to Sharp. Flemings is open. How about that?
Well, you talk about an unscripted.
Will the offense come from for Kansas? They've got 2 points in the second half. It'll stay at this.
Wouldn't have minded that. Good shot fake.
Jackson, boy, look how quickly they recover, but then 2 of them backed off. Jackson can't make them pay.
And rim protection.
Flemings to Sharp. Can't hit the 3, and over the back is Mercy Miller.
4-week stretch in June when the players come in, including the freshmen, and they get a shock at what it's like to play and work out for Kelvin Sampson, whether it's the first, then you got to run a mile. The average mile for this Houston team, 5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Wow. And maybe it's all of that.
After the ball.
How about that offensive rebound by Cole Rosario? Again, this Houston toughness, it does. There's a foul on Sharp, and he knows it. Again, look at how tough the shots are. By the way, Cole Rosario, although he didn't hit more of that from his other guys.
Well, he's a bouncy athlete and a really good offensive rebounder. Great second jump.
How about the range on Emmanuel Sharp? Out for Sharp, and Peterson the rebound. Look at the speed on Council, and a foul is called, but what?
Right now, I'm actually told by the team that he's probable to return.
Wow. He is clearly in a lot of pain. Turning left, turning right, but you know, the significance of the game and the adrenaline is flowing. Think of right now to try to get something going.
Got to switch.
Uzan over McDowell. Tipped out of bounds by Sacco.
So they don't have to pace themselves at all. They certainly haven't paced themselves in this one. This has been a clinic.
Council into Bedunga, and it will have
transition, but Houston does a great job of getting back.
Bedunga. Nice move, and defensive player of the year. Well, you know what this is building to, and it is almost upon it. Past the midway point of the second half. And a foul underneath. Of course, Jay Billis, Jay Williams, Seth Greenberg.
He had some good minutes against BYU. Played 14 minutes, wound up with 6 points in that game. Willing to compete when he gets on the floor.
Whatever seed.
Stifling.
You know, if there are two, they're not
really well. As they're a good free throw shooting team. And at the end of games, and they do play in a lot of clay, and you say that and they miss one. But
by Bedunga. Council in transition. And that basket is going to count. Tony
signed to play for Kara Lawson and Duke next year.
How about that? Go back to the beginning of the season and you started hearing the hype about this freshman class, and obviously deserve it. Is it great footwork, defensive principle? What is it that makes Houston so tough to get around?
All those things combined, but their help side, they're in gaps, so you're driving.
A Kansas team has ever shot 20% per game.
I think one of Naismith's teams had a rough night. You know, there have only been 8 the whole thing after him. But Fog Allen, Larry Brown, Bill Self, ridiculous.
Program, you know, stands up to anybody's record.
Roy Williams had an extraordinary run.
Rosario with a pretty good look. It will drop.
Colter. But he was too easy to speed up, and as he gets better, and he will, he's going to be a really good player.
How about that play? Sharp
opens up the lob for Sacco.
Rosario gets another look. And maybe
them a little bit of springboard to having more success in the future. So those are big moments for Cole Rosario.
Lemmings driving into the lane, and then, you know, such an experienced player in Milos Uzan too, where either one of them really can handle the ball. You know, the culture in this Houston program. What a backcourt. Tipped by Rosario.
Really good offensive rebound last year. But how would you expect to lose L.J. Cryer and get a scorer like him in Kingston Flemings?
Miller with a nice finish.
So he's a guy you got to make him put it on the deck.
Flemings again. The range of Sharp.
There is not, but it's just so fast.
That is his third 3 of the game and his 299th of his career. He got to Fleming, shot clock at 4. He'll hit it.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
I mean, Melvin Kelly's got 8 points and 4 rebounds in really limited minutes. And in fact, he's Kansas' second leading scorer in this game behind Darren Peterson.
Ramon Walker Jr. with a butt.
Kingston Flemings. He might be the most competitive player on a very competitive Houston team.
Yeah, that is saying something given who his teammates are. It should be tomorrow night, 6 Eastern, right here on ESPN. What a win for one of the final. Houston 69 and Kansas 47. We'll see you tomorrow night for the championship game.